Hey yo, this is your captain speaking and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to show you 5 simple steps to doing a backside 5-0. You've learned how to ride on a cruiser, you've got yourself a Dragan Classic, you're confident strapping in, maybe you've learned a Smith grind. Now it's time to step it up and hit something backside. Now there are 2 reasons that I would suggest learning backside 5-0s early on. Even though it may feel a little bit scarier jumping on something behind you, aka backside, balancing on a backside grind is actually easier. The reason being, you have your heel over the ledge, so it means you can really sit on the grind. Whereas on a front side, you have your toes over the edge, which sometimes make it harder to lock on for a longer period. Now, the other reason that a backside 5-0 is a really good trick to learn early on is it's going to really help you get that balance. However, unlike with a nose grind, if you hang up on a nose grind, which can happen, you're going to be falling forwards. Really not the greatest feeling. At least with a backside 5-0, if you overbalance it, you're just going to slip out and you'll learn how to ride it out without hopefully hurting yourself too much. So with that, I would recommend you pad up, put on a helmet when you're first starting to learn these tricks. First of all, find a good ledge. Now I'd suggest finding something that's not too high, but also you don't want it too low, because if it's too low, you're probably actually going to jump over and miss locking onto the grind. Also, I would suggest having something that you can come on midway through the ledge. As you get more comfortable, you'll be able to come on at the beginning of ledges. However, for learning, it's better to come on midway through. This is because if you're coming straight at a ledge, you're going to have to jump higher and be going faster to make sure your back truck clears the edge and you don't hang up. So step number 2 is, once you've found the perfect ledge, practice getting onto the ledge without moving. Unless you're getting on right at the beginning of the ledge, which you shouldn't be doing, come into it at a slight angle. Do this standing still first of all jumping into backside 50-50s, then practice jumping into the backside 5-0 position. Tip number 3 is getting locked in. Now, if you have a close look at your SLT trucks, you're going to see you have a shoulder on either side. This is what I use to guide where I lock in on my grinds. So you may jump on and lock in the middle of the truck first, but then just put a slight amount of pressure with your toes towards your heel until you feel it locking right here. Once you feel it, you're gonna feel so solid. Now, once you've got those 3 steps down, step number 4 is to try it moving. If you're in a skate park, I wouldn't wax up the ledge first. Try a couple of backside 50-50s just to get used to how fast it slides. That's the great thing with the SLT trucks, they'll slide on almost anything. Once you've tried a couple of backside 50-50s, you're going to want to try the backside 5-0. Now the main thing is, you don't want to have your weight too far back, because this is when you are going to slide out. Jump on with your front foot slightly lifted, just to get a feeling for it. Once you've done that a few times, you'll be ready to be jumping straight into the backside 5-0 position. Now this is where I really think it's much better riding a slightly shorter stance, because it means you can sit right on top of the grind. You are going to have to put quite a lot of body weight on your back foot to be getting into that backside 5-0 position. I think of it as less lifting your front foot up, as jumping and landing in the position really nicely squatted. Once you've done this a few times, you're going to be able to skip leg day. So tip number 5 is the pop out. Now once you've got in and you're balancing on that backside 5-0, the more you do it, you're going to feel super locked, and that's why I really love backside 5-0s, because you can really pop out of them. In the beginning, you can either try and roll off the end of a ledge, but be careful, because if you don't lock the grind, there's a possibility that your front foot may drop off of the end of the ledge. So what I would say is hop on, do a short grind, and then focus on really popping out of the backside 5-0. So there you go. Those are my top 5 tips on how to backside 5-0. If you like this content and you want to see more trick tips or some of our pros ripping it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, Dragan out.